shake it, shake it. Is it getting to the weekend? Shake it, shake it, shake it.
As for the music always wakes me up in the mornings. I don't know about you. It is Adora featuring Jalisa with Shaggy, Shaggy.
Ever since you played that song a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, I am into that song. I told Adora the other day, it's Adora, Mrs. Turkey. That's a nice song. Jalisa was in Walfish Bay last weekend. Great show. Love it.
Jy moet tog die typical Namibian ding doen nie.
Mariano, wat is hierdie EFF colors?
Hello, why are you running away from my question before you get to Maria?
Nee, this
you Namibians like doing that thing. You call the artist, as I believe WhatsApp vir my die song gaan koop die blerrie CD away. And then you complain that the artists are broke. Anyway,
I'm not lying to you.
Good morning, Maria.
I did.
Ask her to WhatsApp you.
I sent a WhatsApp to Adora. I said, Adora, man, die song van Jay and Chalisa. WhatsApp me toch his song. So, that is just, piracy.
On sema nexie, but at least you're pirating from the source.
Yeah. But to come back to Maria. Okay, more Maria.
Yeah, thank you.
More Maria.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
EFF, I could see you like Ndlozi, People's Bay from like far.
Yeah.
What's with the red this
Trying to
morning?
get the tenders. You see, even my shirt is
None of us are equal until all of us are yo.
It's great idea.
So hoor kamer, nou gaan dit damera jong. Ek wil nog gesê show that. So that. Sorry, let's read that again. Let me just read it to everybody. None of us are equal until all of us are equal.
Jealous socialism.
Yeah, advocacy. It's a strong point for me now in fashion. So.
In fashion.
Yeah.
What's happening on the fashion front this weekend?
It's Fashion Week. Started on Tuesday. Every day there's been a program. Yesterday I think we had the runway shows, off-site show for Ingo, very talented. Shanyengo is a very talented designer. I didn't obviously attend. Today we have runway shows at Marua Mall. And when I say we, I'm not part of the organization. I just say we as a country. And Saturday as well. So the runway. Oh, it starts around 6 o'clock, I believe. And then afterwards there's a soiree at what is that where they sell that traditional chicken in Tura? What is that?
Oshikaidu.
No. What is that restaurant? Hwama, I think it is.
Yeah, probably Hwama.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a what? A
Hwama is the
soiree.
only restaurant, not the only one.
It's a soiree.
What is a soiree?
It's like let me be like, it's like an after party.
It's like a get-together type of
Yeah.
No, come say Jeleni net after party. What is soiree?
It's Nyama restaurant, not Hwama.
No, Nyama is here.
Yeah.
in
Nyama
town.
is here in town. Yeah,
At
by NTN. Sorry, at the near the next
Showgrounds. Nyama is at the showgrounds.
Yes, it's true. I thought I don't know. I'm confusing it with the one at NTN.
Pepata. This one is called Shiza Nyama. What? Here by Monaco.
Yeah.
What is that? There's also a Nyama something there.
Yeah, so I think right from the Marua Mall, we go straight to Nyama for the soiree. And then obviously tomorrow again, runway shows. The Saturdays are always the big days because they have numerous runway shows. So yeah, we're excited. Excited to see outfits.
So if a guy like me now go to this catwalk thing, so what's the exciting things that one can expect?
Well, first thing,
I know nothing about fashion.
Oh, you don't have to. I think the most important is just to support the arts. But more than that, it's like I personally go there to like discover like raw talent that I'm not aware of, especially designers, because I'm trying to support local designers. And Fashion Week is generally a time where they get the platform to showcase what they do. So there's always new names popping up, and you see the quality of work. I mean, I've learned many of the, I wouldn't say most, but many of the designers I've personally built relationships with by buying their products or working with them is generally through the Fashion Weeks. I make note of who I like and I reach out, and then we start working, or I go to them for my designs and everything. And I think it's a very important thing to do, to try and support local. So that's what generally Fashion Week brings. So even if you're not willing to fashion, but you're trying to wear, there's always something that you will like.
Now globally, my only point of reference when it comes to fashion is you see the Dolce & Gabbana and this and what and Versace, and you
those
see
are the big brands.
You see the glamour and the money
Glitz
and
glamour,
what. So in Namibia at this moment in time, is it? Let's say I'm a designer. Can I make a meaningful living out of it?
You can make a meaningful living, but you can't get wealth. You see, and now speak from a Fashion Council point of view. Fashion here, we struggle because it's a very informal market.
Yeah.
Meaning you don't have your designers that are making stuff that ends up in, let's say, Foschini or Edgar's.
The retail shops,
In the retail shops. So, and then obviously you have your tailors and your designers. There's a difference. The meme working at the market is very different from a person that got a formal education for it. But even those that get a formal education for it don't do like let's say overseas, where they become interns in this design houses and grow into it. They become self-employed. So basically all the designers and tailors here are self-employed generally, or then they're working for other tailors or for other designers, but generally it's not and they're not manufacturing for like retail, it's for individuals.
Either that or you're designing overalls at Dinapama. It's your choice.
And even that, Dinapama is just like, it's a plant that there's no creativity in it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, overalls.
What did you try to say now?
Like
I could see a stinging, just a stinging. Let me add something to this conversation.
And it's a pity, by the way. It's a pity because like globally, the fashion industry is huge. It's huge because you're not just talking about clothes, you're talking about jewelry design, you're talking about shoe manufacturing, handbag, everything. It's huge. It brings in huge revenue for countries globally, except our market is just, it's not big enough.
But our market is still very much biased towards local products in general.
Yeah.
It's miskien die kos wat ons nog als 'n bietjie endorse if it's from here, but most of the other things like
Kom ek gaan vir Shini toe.
Yeah.
This is Auntie Marta. We've been with Auntie Marta now maybe for the last 15 years. My wife takes all our stuff. If my jean is torn or the children's, if she bought something at Foschini and it's too long to go and work it in or whatever, ons gaan net Osie Marta toe. And Osie Marta has been doing this now for the last 15 years. And Osie Marta is so inundated with bookings in terms of tailoring, etc., that she's really making a living out of this. Yeah. And she would even say, Osie Marta, can you make me a jacket? And then Osie Marta said, no, just go buy the material. And then she would make a jacket out of scratch.
Yeah.
But you see, I think also partly us, the market, we are the problem. Like, for instance, the story of Osie Marta, Neville. If Osie Marta were to set up shop, like a little warehouse where she's got employees and she's got machines, she's paying rent, dan gaan julle nie meer Osie Marta toe nie. And then the business...
It goes down. Yeah, they would rather do it there in the, like, have this shops somewhere in Katutura marketplace and sell from there where the rent is very cheap and it's still very informal.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are drawn to that, but if it was just somewhere in town with a little shop, no.
It can be that same Osie Marta. Like, nee.
It's that dear.
Because gaan single kodas toe.
Yeah.
Now, Maria, I'll make a deal with you today.
Yeah.
This is what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay. Either I go with you tonight to this catwalk thing, and then you go with me tomorrow to the Hagekainko Cup.
Oof.
Then you...
Okay.
I don't mind actually.
I'm setting her up here.
No, I would go if you had tickets for me. My VIP.
Maria, there's nothing cool about watching football in the VIP section. It's boring.
Ek wil nie in die son brand. Ek soek VIP vir die skade weer.
Ons sit nie daai kant waar die ros sit nie. Ons
Sit by die grandstand.
Oh, alright. Okay, nee, then is it alright. But the only problem is tomorrow I am busy. It's not even that I want. I would have gone. No, really, I've been offered once as well. I think last year I got tickets, but I didn't go because of other priorities. So.
Now the reason I'm asking this, there was a comment this morning on our sports law. Because, we candidly spoke about the Hagegeinkop Cup tomorrow. Because, how long is the Hagegeinkop now? 6 years.
Yeah, I think it's the 6th year now.
It's the 6th year now. And we all flock to the Hagegeinkop Cup every year. Now, Maria, Ian Mucho you saw on our comment said, So what if I am a Dr. Hitula supporter?
Should I still go to the Dr. Hagegeinkop Cup?
No.
So what if I'm a Dr. Hitula supporter? Must I still go to the Hagegeinkop Cup? So then it basically sparked the whole conversation now.
It became a little running joke.
Yeah, so...
guys, we are actually...
Getting off topic.
Yes, we've been talking about fashion.
A good half an
Look
hour.
at how interested the two of us are in fashion. Yeah,
So gaan julle of nie?
Want toe?
Fashion week to like run.
Nee, ek is ook besig, Maria.
Okay.
You guys don't know I'm always at home, so don't ask me if I'm going anywhere.
My kids have, what do you call it? They have the school concert tomorrow evening. It's from 6 o'clock, so yeah.
Alright.
So the wife...
Which kids?
Mense, gaan ons topic toe of nie?
Ons gaan topic toe. It's half an hour.
Ja,
Now take us to the topic.
No, is not ek.
Ah.
Ek is bang om dit te praat.
Ek is doodstil. Begin julle.
Okay, guys. We've got something quite interesting. I was reading in one of the newspapers this morning. I think this whole conversation was sparked by what happened in the north. We sort of broke the story on the air a couple of days ago. Lo and behold, Sam Nauyoma is a cold-blooded murderer.
Yeah.
Not the founding president, but that was the name of the guy who hacked the grandmother.
What's his name?
Sam Nauyoma.
Nauyoma.
Yes.
Okay.
And of course, now the defense is, I think he's pleading insanity.
He's not pleading yet. He's still being medically checked.
Yeah.
It's the story that has come out, and I think his sister has granted interview that the days leading up to that, or sometime leading up to that, he was, I don't want to say delusional. I don't have like a real medical term for it, where he was hallucinating. I don't know. He was seeing things. He had been complaining that there's things following him around, or he would point to an object and nobody can see that same object. So he was just very, what is it when you very confused? So what for it when you're like basically like hallucinating.
Yeah, you're hallucinating.
He was hallucinating. So now, being in the north, when you hallucinate, it's witchcraft, right?
Yes.
So so a lot of people are saying he was bewitched, and also just to add to that, I think that incident just happened right off us also doing another story in which somebody committed suicide after they said that, they were bewitched or so it's just it goes back to I think the culture. Now we are again confronted with witchcraft. Is it real? Is it genuine? Do people believe in it? Is it that we don't have like medical names for what people are going through and therefore just settle for calling it witchcraft? Or do these things happen?
Do you have any sort of experience with witchcraft? Seen up close, maybe witnessed something that just didn't sit right with you.
Yes.
Something happened to you that they had left you wondering, anything of that nature?
Yeah, things have happened, but what I'm saying is, I think because I don't believe in it, I was always able to find like a more, let's say, scientific explanation, or a more, like in this case, I would say like it was a health issue, it's like a mental health issue, right? So it depends on which side of the fence you're sitting. If I've, for example, we had neighbors that said, they had lost, I think, 4 or 5 relatives in a space of a year. But it was always like on roads near the house, right? So they're like, no, there's witchcraft. Our family's been bewitched. They all die in a certain area.
People are being sacrificed.
People are being sacrificed. It's always near this neighbor's house. And, and for me, it's like, we drove there and I was like, but this road is really bad. Like if you drive around the corner, you don't see this thing. So if you're not aware or you're not careful, you're prone to accidents. So for me, I try and justify it in another way, a logical way, where seeing people will just fall into the witchcraft trap. So it's not, what I'm saying is like everything that I have seen that might have been perceived as witchcraft, for me, there was always an explanation.
But like in a case like that one, is it only, that family that keeps having accidents? Or is it everybody that has accidents in that area on that road?
That's the other thing as well. They weren't the only people that had accidents there. But obviously because for them it was a lot of people, there was more focus on that family. And we forgot about that. I think there were 2 or 3 others that also had accidents in that area. So, but also to lose so many people in a space of a year or 2 is extreme.
It's problematic.
Yeah.
Ooh. Never. Jason son katutura so again la anti obidakase.
And I think I've relayed the story to you guys.
About the cat, yeah.
No, not about the cat, but guys, I still remember it was around 1995, 1996. In my parental home, and I experienced this myself. No hallucination. I was sitting in the living room this one evening, busy watching football, alone by myself. My mother and my siblings were already asleep. Guys, I hear the sound on our roof, like somebody is landing with a parachute on the roof. No, very, very heavy, like. And you can hear this person then starts walking right from the center of where I'm sitting, walking, down the aisle, on the roof. It instilled so much fear in me that I was wondering, am I dreaming or what? I'm sitting here watching football. It was Champions League football. And ever since that specific night, this thing tormented my room. Every night, I'm telling you, I couldn't sleep for 6 months, guys. Every night just before I go to sleep, I just hear, and you just hear this thing walking on my roof. I wasn't on drugs. I was not hallucinating. That was the year that it finally dawned on me. There is a spiritual world out there.
That we don't really understand.
And after 6 months, this thing disorientated my life so much.
How did it go away?
A pastor came to our house and prayed. And ever since then, my mother used to throw salt on the roof.
Holy water.
Holy water and all kinds of things.
Now, why didn't you go outside to go check?
I checked. I did. I did, guys.
You're brave, my guy.
Because this thing instilled so much fear in me up to a point where I need to confront this thing.
I need to take it.
I need to take it on. There was this one night, it was around 9-ish, 10-ish, because at that time, I used to work for Coca-Cola at the time. I used to dodge from work to come and sleep during the day.
And you sleep in the ante.
Because I don't sleep at night.
That's why they never paid you a bonus.
So, and I would check on the roof. And I would swear at this thing, man. Hey, man, what's the thing and what?
You are going crazy.
So Maria, I wouldn't say it relates to this story, but what I can, from my personal experience, there is an evil spiritual world out there.
But how do you know that was evil?
It was evil because it instilled fear in me.
Yeah, but maybe its intention was not to instill. Maybe it's your ancestors
No.
trying to reconnect with you.
No. I do think if an ancestor wants to reconnect with you spiritually, whatever it is that is presented will not instill fear in you.
But you, for your lack of understanding, you might fear whatever it is that you
Yeah.
see because you do not know, you do
You
not
don't
understand what
understand
it is.
Yeah.
I say again,
We fear
if
what we don't know.
If you've experienced, and anybody who has experienced something like that, okay, salt being thrown on the roof, etc., is not to chase a good spirit away.
But what I'm saying is, if even if it's good, if you're sitting there and you get like just a glimpse of, let's say, a relative gone,
Yeah.
you're still gonna freak out. Whether the intentions were just to, I just want to say hi and that I'm watching over you. You will freak out.
What are you doing here?
But I think you will freak out, at the first sight. But whichever spirit this is would put you at ease and say, listen, I'm here to come and tell you your life will be okay. We as your ancestors are looking after you.
But you should have climbed on top of the house.
Or maybe it
They
was
had
the
certain
previous,
bathroom that's
or maybe it was the previous owners of the house. Like I'm just saying, maybe it's not even attached to you. It's maybe something else.
Okay, so what you're saying is, at least you acknowledge that it is a
No,
spirit.
I'm saying if we're going to talk about spiritual,
Yeah.
I don't think everything is negative. I mean,
Yeah.
I know, I actually do believe that, some people use mediums to connect with
Exactly.
lost
Loved
loved ones. Actually, to some degree, I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that your loved ones can come through whatever medium to you and
Connect,
communicate and connect with you. And I do feel like our loved ones do watch over us. I genuinely believe that. So I'm saying in instance like that, it might be maybe not even related to something else, but
Yeah.
that's okay. But then the question is that witchcraft? I mean, to the next person, that would be witchcraft.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Start auntie again. Look, those like my experience was not. It was almost similar to Neville's, but I was much younger and I couldn't hear. But then, growing up, me and my older brother, we shared a bedroom. I remember this period where he would wake up in the middle of the night, and you can clearly see he's freaked out. He's like, can't you hear that? Like, hear what? It's so loud, you can't hear it. It's like, didn't you hear that? And I'm sitting there, it's like, it's 2 o'clock, like you woke me up and you're scaring me with stuff I can't see, you switched on all the lights, and it was like that almost every night. It's like, people are talking and people are trying to get to him, and mind you, he wasn't smoking at the time. So,
And
Maybe that's why he started smoking.
And that's the demonic hour, they say, between 1 and 3 o'clock.
so for me, it was like I was so freaked out. Like, and that's the only way we could explain that kind of thing. It's witchcraft, basically.
But guys, why do we go to church? We go to church because we believe, or those ones who go to church.
Because my mother said I must go.
Okay, but no. Let's not use church as an example.
I was just about to say, yeah, church
why
is
do we
separate.
believe in God? We believe in God because we know there is something opposite to God, which is evil.
That's not what
We don't
believe in
know
God.
that.
Come on, then why do you believe in God?
Well, if you look about the
says we
indoctrination
believe?
of Christianity
Okay,
and how
okay,
it comes from and what's ingrained in you from a young age,
Yeah.
it doesn't start with Satan. It just starts with there's this person, spiritual, that does all the good and you believe in him, whatever.
Yeah.
This starts from. Eventually,
Okay.
then you're taught about the opposite of God, which
Exactly.
is the Satan
Yeah.
and whatever. So,
Yeah.
but like I don't think that's initially. It's like that's indoctrination, which
Yeah.
happens over
Yeah.
years. But okay, that's not, because even people that are not spiritual
Yeah.
believe in evil. You see, I don't think evil is connected to Christian or religion.
No, you're right. You're right. All I'm just saying is that, you know what, even before Christianity came to the fore, the reason why the Ovaherero burns the holy fire,
Our
for
ancestors,
instance,
yeah.
our ancestors, that fire that burns at the homestead, and I remember, you know, when I go to my cousin's farm, to Budiki's farm just outside of Okahanya, Budiki gets incensed if it looks like that fire is about to die vuur brand uit. Baie. Die vuur moenie uitbrand nie. That fire must continuously burn.
Hohila.
You don't even have to go too far. I mean, even today, and it's been going on for years, we have something called traditional healers within all our communities.
Is that like the new name for witch doctors?
No. That's what the white men made it.
Okay.
Because I told you here is like this. I was going through the archives of Shivambo culture because I was trying to understand like how we evolved.
The history is.
The history, and there was a picture of a traditional healer dressed in this. You know how they dress. And the picture was taken by a white documenter, if I want to call it, and he captioned it like witch doctor.
Witch doctor.
Because he didn't understand it. He was not a witch doctor. He's a traditional healer. Now, but again, what do the traditional healers do? It wasn't just for medicine purposes.
Yeah.
It was also to cure this. It was also for spiritual because people people got possessed. People needed cleansing. People needed all this. This is way before religion. So yeah, to remove witchcraft from our belief system is going to be very difficult because it stretches on for centuries actually.
Voodoo magic, man.
You guys,
Jamaica.
You do know that the traditional healers can see us talking about them right now, right now, in their big bowl of water. So just be careful what
are the comments saying?
Because he knows. Good morning, Leandri Haman, Tenga Kea. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining the morning mix this morning. Here's a name we haven't seen in our comments for eons. Mr. Ngulo Kalupeteka. Morning, my Maria. Morning, all. I'm glad to see you are all okay. Look at how clean Maria looks, ladies. Pay attention, please.
Who's using those respectability politics on other women?
Es Ngulo. Hong Yun Pure. Welcome back, Gulo. We actually kind of missed you. Morning, guys in the studio. Keep cool for the day. Yes.
Sharp.
Ali Ekonzibe Trasco werk. 100%. Alfredo Jack Evangelista Moro. Wanneer interview julle vir Legato toch? Alfredo, los toch vir Legato uit asseblief.
I have to say, who walks into our building yesterday afternoon at around 2:00, looking for an audience with me out of nowhere? I'm sitting on 3rd floor. This person calls me. The security calls me and said, "There's somebody looking for you." I said, "Yeah, who is it?" "No, the guy says he wants to quickly come and see you." Alfredo.
Oh.
So he comes upstairs and he came to me on a business matter and we talked, and it was such an honor to meet Alfredo in person, and a very, very funny guy even in person.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I was really honored to meet Alfredo yesterday afternoon. So, me bro.
Ons sal jou nog een dag op die lig bring.
Nee, laat ek gaan.
Maybe. Makwa van Makwa. Good morning, studio mense. Great, I'm a Friday. Laval says, yebo, yes. To what? I have no idea. Michael Nomongo. Good morning. Live from Beijing.
Oh,
Nice.
There's
ni hao.
There's the guy, one of those guys that does the weather on NBC. I love the way he says Beijing. How does he say it? I lost my. Robert Didich, Moro ate a cool and nut on Dangwa.
Wow.
Nice. It's needed.
Lucky you guys. Stephanus, James, Ananias, Moro, everyone. Maria, how many fashion weeks are there per year?
Well, we have 2 now.
Okay.
Because we have Katutura and Windhoek.
Answered. Asked and answered. Basilitos, Freds, Matisa. Alfredo says, Jason Pensi Nakatana. Munene, who's it? Okay. I think Munene is coming. Salmi Tishikongo. Good morning, guys. When I go to a function, I always get my outfits tailored.
Aha.
That's great. That's great.
Cool, man.
Waar ken jy van tailored? Ons het met pep en style groot geraak. Laval, Maria, jy ken alles, yo. I have never commented when you are in the studio. I love watching, but you are tops. Jy ken net alles.
Tassie.
But tell me, how do you make kapana? Ja, kom ons kyk.
Ek kan kapana maak. Ek is a query. This is what people forget. They will tell them, eggs are query through and through.
Come on, fashion is for tall and skinny people. So Neville is out.
That's actually, no, that's actually not true, but yeah.
Yeah, no, we're just pulling your leg.
So I'm out. I can't be fashionable.
Jason, name nah, it's fine. Don J, morning, beautiful people. Okanja is lit this weekend. Project X, my video shoot. Come have fun with us.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I might actually go to Okanja this weekend. Maybe.
He doesn't want to go to Fashion Week, my
Okanja's hometown.
Oh, yeah.
Liverpool.
Zali is there. Bradley Kubise, morning crew. In 2016, there was an article stating that South Africa has proposed running a Bachelor of Science course in witchcraft in the universities across the country.
It's necessary. It's Sangomas.
Sangoma.
They're even, I think, sorry, just to add to that, I think they're even pushing for universities to accept letters from traditional healers. Sick leave.
Sick leave letter.
Who call me? Es was onze mensen. Why should we get one from? I mean, your traditional healer tells you, your Sangoma tells you, je moet ras. Je kan niet examen gaan schrijven.
There's somebody at your office.
Listen. A good point, Nick. Listen, let's try this, Nick. Monday I bring a letter.
From your traditional
Zaliki Dazo uit Gruisblok 8.
Met die hand geschreven.
Met die hand geschreven. I take it to HR. Say, luister.
No, it has to be authentic traditional.
What is authentic? Like how?
He also has to put his things on the paper so that you can see. Even when HR touches it, they're like, this one is from a tradition. It's gotta have that smell. You know, it has to be authentic, isn't it?
Come on, you know, that's,
we've been so westernized.
That's why.
Now that you're saying this,
up until this day, I still have an issue with what is the incense sticks, or what are those things?
Oh yeah, you said because of what you think they smell like.
No, because like the houses that smelled like that were normally associated with witchcraft, so that stuck with me as a kid.
But that's like burning, but like that actually it's more like, cleansing, if anything. Like incense stick, sage, burning sage is actually
but then
for cleansing.
You know the stereotype or the story was, you know, they're hiding other smells that are roaming around the house, so they light that thing. And you're being told that as a kid, and your whole life you grow up with that. Imagine if my wife tries to light an incense stick in my house, I lose it.
I think we'll have problems. I love incense stick.
I love it, but sometimes the smell becomes too overwhelming for me.
Yeah. You have to choose the right. You have to choose the right ones. Yeah.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
Yeah.
Baba Sonsuka.
Sorry about the universities use South Africa.
Apparently. Alfredo Jack, guys, the amount of drugs moving around in the north freely, you will be amazed, and most of the youth in the north are all on drugs and then call it being witched.
I beg to differ a little bit with that, because I think a lot of things that are happening we blame on drugs. Now here's the thing. The cheapest drug in this country is weed. It's marijuana. Marijuana, if anything, makes you calm. It doesn't make you hallucinate. So, but every time somebody acts in a way that we don't understand, we always say, oh, mapangwa. Mapangwa is like drugs, but it's always made to seem like, look, the drugs that make you hallucinate, let's just be very clear, are very expensive and are not very accessible to the masses. So there's a lot of people in the north that smoke weed. Yes, we know that. But they don't do the heaviest drugs because, a few do, but I'm saying majority don't, because they can't afford the cocaines and the ecstasy and heroin. They can't afford it. It's weed. But every time something happens, especially if a person has a history or known to smoke weed and they become violent, immediately the drugs are blamed. A lot of times it's not even the drugs. A lot of times it can also just be the alcohol. And then if you put alcohol together with mental health issues, that's just a ticking time bomb.
And weed has been known to trigger schizophrenic attacks in some people.
Yes.
So,
but
I almost said something.
But
comments.
Wacht net gou, Cubase. But Maria, there's this thing that that here in Windhoek, they call it Khafif. Okay?
Yeah, I can read that.
Khafif, apparently you buy it, it's koppiespeld, the size of a needle, what do you call it?
Kan aan spelen.
Wat is koppiespeld in Engels, man? Och.
A pin, a ball pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ball
The size of a ball pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a safety pin, yeah.
They buy it for apparently for $50. It's very, very, very cheap. So and they smoke it. That's why they call it Khafif. And apparently Khafif is not just here in Windhoek anymore. It's spread all over the country.
I mean, before I left the north,
Yeah.
drugs, and I'm not just talking about, like your weeds, we know. Like I'm talking about heavy drugs were on the increase there. We know it. Now I just have to, I don't know if it can be linked to the increase in violent crimes.
Yeah.
We don't know, because increase in violent crime, I'm also seeing a more alcohol abuse, substance abuse. So I don't know. It could be, and maybe because I know a lot of European countries where drugs are worse.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily have the same violent problems we do. So what is it? Is it a combination of things, including
The drugs.
or is it just the drugs alone? I don't think it's the drugs alone.
But Khafif, they say Khafif is made up of predominantly heroin.
Heroin is not
and
going to cost $50.
crystal meth or whatever. I don't know. The ones who know, if there are people who watch this, please tell us what's the combination of Khafif. Not that you use it, but what
Maybe
you
it
hear.
does.
Maybe audience. Me.
No, I'm saying I'm talking about the people.
Disclaimer: I don't know anything about drugs. I don't know any drug dealers. I don't know any drug manufacturers.
I know.
I just want to
know-
talk about witchcraft.
I know a few alleged drug dealers.
This is not a drug conversation.
And I'm not.
This
and I'm
was-
not
this was-
mentioning
No,
their-
but this
their
is
names.
no drug slender will be accepted.
You will not come play snitch here on the show.
But guys, to come back to.
Kom
to
ek
this
lees toch die
incident.
comments.
Ja,
As
ja,
ons moet
yes.
gaan, dan wil jy nou force ek moet
Ja,
comments
okay.
lees.
Ja.
Mutatio Custons, moro, good morning, lady and gents. Please invite the task force of Namibia Integrated Employment Systems under Ministry of Labor to come and educate job seekers how they can register and apply for the jobs that are advertised on the NIES portal, and to answer many other questions.
That's a great suggestion. Thank
Okay.
you. We should
Right.
look into
We'll look into that. Joshua Hadula, it could mean you touch or even smell something that doesn't exist, right? There are many different causes. It could be a mental illness called schizophrenia, a nervous system problem like Parkinson's disease, epilepsy, or a number of other things, right? Vicky Simata, indeed, there is a spiritual world. Erwin Kahorere, I think the thing that Neville heard on the roof was a tsotsi trying to steal Ghazali's DSTV or Mnet dish. That is also true, Neville. How long was the DSTV dish there the next morning?
Elke dag he comes to take off a screw.
Wie het hy gesê?
Erwin Kahorere.
Hey, Erwin,
You see, that's
quiet.
how I would justify it. I'm like, I said that diff.
Ja, hy soek miskien
Hy
die
soek
DSTV.
net die
Gaan maak die
DSTV.
DSTV dish mooi vas. Hy moet ten minste sukkel. Don J. Mwandi, but on the real, guys, we need a ministry of witchcraft and spiritual welfare or warfare. So we defend our country by making our enemies go blind instantly, or at least have a place to report unnatural events. Don't doubt us. Tenanambwa Morning Crew, Cubase en Neville Bial vir Young T. Hy sal beter as ons almal ken van die spiritual world.
Guys,
You guys got jokes, go.
Julle lag. Guys, we made a collective commitment here that we're going to get Young T into the studio.
Is he okay? First, we have to check that he's okay.
But
I think-
no, we don't want him to be okay.
Check the check.
We want him to come and talk.
Okay, check, Maria, this one is for you. Last day comment no, you saw. Maria, go sleep at that house close to Central Hospital and come explain to us. I hear that ghost doesn't play games. That house has been standing open for years, guys.
Wait,
Wat hy is daai.
listen. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, the four of us.
Yeah.
Ne? We go and make Shine's producer.
Ek sal nie gaan nie.
No. We just drive past it.
What about the house?
It's close to the state
Wait, look
hospital.
at no.
The house is close to the state hospital. Poskantoor. Yeah. We'll go show you.
Yeah.
Listen,
I've seen this house. Maria, that house, it's a big ass house. It's been open for years. People say, as jy wil kantoor word, gaan daar.
I mean, you'll stay for maybe 2 weeks. If you are brave, you'll stay for 2 weeks. You will move out of that house. That ghost doesn't play games.
Is the house up for rent or what?
Nee, Maria.
Nobody wants to, like, it's even burned down. Like, you can see it's like burned. Nobody wants to, like, the owner of the house probably even gave up.
Then I sell the land and somebody will.
No, we don't even want the land, Maria. No.
You will come build a new house, and then that new house will be a problem also.
Juju's so strong.
Yeah. Witchcraft is when you pour milk into wheat bix and blink, then it's gone. Joshua King Kluter.
That's Mario.
I was told to sprinkle salt on rooftops and by the door and windows to keep evil spirits away. As ek altyd dronk huis toe kom, staan daar 'n swart bees in die straat. Maar sodra ek net in die huis kom, hy tog man. Daar's die bees weg. Boy, en bees met pink spots in donker hoek. Sjoe. That's die Juju groot.
Wie's die?
Is Alfredo, hou toch op, Jay, man. Joseph Koshi Munyongi, God created everything. I'm sure he did. Tena Nambwa morning crew, the spirits are for real. Witchcraft goed sal Yangti beter ken. Bel hom in so that he can explain die witchcraft. Mtias Mkshon. Yeah, why are there no vowels in your name? How do you say that? In Christianity, we believe on prayers to cast all kinds of evil spirits. I remember a scene from what was the movie's name? The Exorcist. Exorcist, the beginning, where the pastor is in the church, trying to pray, and then he starts praying like, Jesus, what, and then the spirit answers, Jesus is not here today. I will never forget that scene. Never in my life. Witchcraft is a religion, says Joseph Munyongi. Vicky Simata says Cuba is I. What did I do now? Daningache. Bradley Quisep, the question of witchcraft is never scientific and logic will not explain it. Maria, spiritual world exists and there is good and there are bad spirits known as demons or evil spirits.
I believe, I'm sure it happens. Yeah.
Why do the bad ones have names but the good ones don't have names? The bad ones are called demons and evil spirits and the good ones don't have any.
They're called angels.
Oh yes. Okay. From personal experience, 2 weekends before my grade 10 external exams, I would just collapse as soon as I step into the schoolyard. Are you sure it's not because you didn't study? Thereafter, a pastor prayed for me and I was the third best at the school after being set free. Mind you, the doctor's science did all the tests but could not find the cause. That's now witchcraft.
Hoekom moet jy die statement gemaak het?
Hoekom?
That the person didn't study.
Miskien het hy nie as wat Maria taught me we must look at all possibilities. All possibilities must be explored. Yes.
It's the nerves. Those overwhelming nerves. Before you enter an exam hall.
Because that's what I would have done if I didn't study. I would pass out.
Pass away.
Pass away.
Raymond Basson, the old people always said, just talk to the spirits, ask them what they want. Even swear at them if necessary. By time, they will just go away. These souls are just restless. Sometimes I see dead people.
Yeah, okay. Intense.
Yes, it must suck to be you. Franz Mitch Cholasep. It's Friday. You guys are rocking. Sunny morning in Walfish Bay. Maria, it's not Miriam, guys. Oh, I don't know how many times we have to write and say her name. Maria, you look great in that red.
Thank you.
You are welcome. John J.P. Lenga. Is the conversation over already? I would have loved to hear more as I've just tuned in. I enjoyed Maria's contribution that our traditional healers are demonized. Only recently have professional doctors begun to use traditional healers in places like Australia, South Africa, and certain places in the U.S. John J.P. Yes, Maria, this woman knows the things. Some universities in SA actually offer courses on Sangoma craft. Gaan koop net Tokolosi salt op from Verona Oasis, Kama Tokolosi salt. Mutatio Carstens, Q-Base, bra. What was going on in your house? Which house? Which one? Okay, like come again. Raymond Basson, Neville, Daibas at Togolosi op jou dak. Spoke escape the meubels rond in the house. Hey, somebody's moving your furniture while you are sleeping. Eish.
But I actually just remembered an incident. And to find out if it still happens. I remember I freaked out because my daughter used to have like nightmares. I don't know if she's probably still do. She would just not want to sleep in her room. She'd just be like, but like violent nightmares. And she didn't even consume TV to have learned it from there, but constantly. And then I tried to put this dream catcher. I thought it will alter her because it's the thought process, right? Niks gaan help je.
Niks gaan help.
Ik moet zeggen, dat is zo...
Het toch wel eens hanteer hij dream catcher.
Thorough.
Hello, come check. What the hell is this?
Laat niet goed.
Yeah, that's why things don't work on us. Okay, LA Freshia. Maria, do you assume drug consumption is based on affordability? Most drug users can't afford drugs, but there are means to get it.
No, I'm saying it elevates based on how much you can afford. Eventually, you're in debt. But what I'm saying is, it starts with the what do you call entry drugs, gateway drugs, right? Yeah. Like weed and everything, and then eventually it elevates. A person that can't necessarily afford heroin might not end up there. Or they introduce the heroin, then they can't, and then they become slaves to heroin. I'm not saying it's always affordability, but I'm just saying a lot of people stick to their tax bracket.
And of course, a heroin dealer is not going to go live in a village in the north.
Exactly.
There's no
they're
customer base
catering to those inheritance boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Ongwediva.
Yeah.
Estomich, good God Morgan. Okay, have a great day and good weekend. You left your English in Norway this morning, Estomich. Alfredo, I'm not going to read your comments anymore. Just Wilson Kanji, when I was staying in the north, I tried some underground weed from Angola and really lost my mind. Come underground. That's why you don't deal in the black market. Come to the white market. Go buy it at the pharmacy.
Jelle Chimbuntus there. Jelle Angola's your wheat. Wat?
Is that wat like kuduro is? Hulle vat 'n paar and then the body just starts wrecking, you know? Gotta love those people.
Neville, this is from Richard Henkert. Yeah. Neville Khafif, Ekeni, who spelled Jomi, a.k.a. Eat Some More, is rock cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what they call Khafif.
Raw cocaine for $50.
Club.
By goed is cheap, Maria.
It's cheap, but you get a very small amount for that cheap. That's why they call it Eat Some More, so you want some more.
Oh, so it's just to kind of lure you into the...
Those are the guys who are
Sorry?
Those are the guys who are grabbing your phones and stuff because you need to feed that habit
I was
constantly.
just about to say, and I feel so bad because I think with guys, when they get like an addiction like that, they sustain it through crime, right? Petty theft. I had my phone at gunpoint in Cape Town held because of that. But I think for women it's worse because they become sex slaves.
Yeah.
They generally have to sleep with people to make money or sleep with dealers just to get that fix. And it's so sad when you're down that rabbit hole.
Very sad.
Carol Sheepers, you guys must listen very carefully now. Because Neville, we don't want you to get this wrong. Neville, no man, Khafif is commonly made out of vim and a bit of water of his VIM. I don't know if it's
Yes,
Vim.
Vim.
Yeah.
Yes. See it in Khomasdal, and I had discussions with drug addicts when I did a project on alcohol and drug abuse. Vim is a household cleaning chemical.
Yes, we know him.
That's what they step on the coke on that with the Vim. Is it like a powder thing? They Vim.
Yeah, Vim is powder. You know, to clean the pots and everything.
Yeah, I remember the name, but I'm trying to remember
yeah,
what it looks
it's in
like.
powder form.
Yeah. So they add that powder to the coke, I guess. Add water and maybe cook it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the recipe, man.
Do you guys know cactus juice?
No.
Yo, don't ever.
Gevaarlijk.
It's gevaarlijk.
You see, guys, this is why people get arrested on
But
this
it
show.
makes you makes you. No, I didn't know though. It makes you hallucinate.
didn't know though.
No, it's true. They gave it to us. I thought it was just drunk, like alcohol.
Nee.
Yo, till I was hallucinating.
So what is it? It's a composition of what?
I think they boil the cactus. I don't want to tell y'all how to make drugs, but I think something about.
It's just important.
I think it's you boil the cactus, and I don't know what you add to it. All right,
Okay.
but it's drunk like alcohol. We were going to a festival. This was in Cape Town years, by the way, in the university years. We were driving to a festival. This redhead in my class. I need to mention that it's a redhead because
better
I should have known not to trust that one.
Ginger.
Then it was like, cause drink gives us a little bit. It was like bitter, but you're like young, and you're like, he's saying it's cool. It will loosen you. We're hallucinating. I was seeing like spiders and spider webs. Like it was intense.
What?
Yeah.
You better mention that you were across the border because you know Ndeitunga is listening.
That's your evidence.
blame
Was I mean, he has to prove it. He has to prove it.
Nande Matundu, that house is rented. Taps and toilets would flush and open at exactly 3 a.m.
Koro wat.
My 3-year-old would ask,
I want to see this house now.
Mama, who's that?
We're gonna go show you.
Yeah,
We're
she
gonna
just.
take a drive.
Ek gaan nie in die huis
I
nie,
go
never.
Khan.
Ons gaan nie in.
Yes, I'm going to be outside
No.
from the car.
No, are you guys really that scared?
No, I'm scared. I don't want to play with.
We only have seen what happened.
Blood of Jesus is sterk.
Guys,
It's can't happen.
that house was on fire, burning. The next morning we came back, the house was still there, but it was burning.
Wow.
I mean, I don't believe in.
Come on,
We'll
son.
go.
It's good. Ghosts don't attack white people.
Let's just
White,
go.
light privilege. Huh? What do they call it? Light skin privilege. Even the ghosts leave you guys alone.
We're just gonna go outside. We're just gonna make a video of it from the outside.
I'll go inside.
Wow, net dan ek sit nie langs jou in 'n kar nie.
Yeah, I'll let me take a selfie. Maybe we'll see a ghost somewhere in the
Ooh,
background.
just bring that nonsense into the car. Nee, Maria, asseblief.
Yeah.
Maar moet nie nie eens gaan nie.
We must first cover. Let's just buy a big bag of salt before we go. We need to cleanse Maria before she gets back in the car if you go into the house. Right,
let's
guys,
do
let's
that,
go.
guys.
All right, get out.
Yeah.
I
nee,
really
ons
want to
kan-
go. I want to go and show Maria. Now.
I'm just going to check, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks guys.
Labitso Kamati, the very last comment for this morning. This is the radio that gets people arrested. Because we don't hide things. We just put it out there.
Wie is
Alright.
die? Wie is die?
Labitso.
Hey,
Kamata.
Labitso. Hey, dat is Tswana.
Labisto, not
Labisto.
Labisto.
Oh,
Not
okay.
Labisto.
Sharp Labisto.
All right, you guys enjoy the weekend. Stay responsible.
Don't drink and drive. Don't do drugs.
Please don't drink and drive.
And consult your traditional healers if you're struggling with witchcraft, please.
Apparently, that's the only sick letters that is accepted on Mondays and Fridays. See if it coming from your traditional healer. All right, ciao, guys.
I'm done with you guys.
Change the dial. It's safe for the kids.